Hey, it's Mark Allen. Thanks for watching 4Color Commentary. This is kind of a response video to Metarog's video about some of the printing errors. And he got me excited because I didn't know anybody else was into that kind of thing, the errors of printing comics and that kind of thing. And I have had a couple of double covers and that kind of thing. It's strange because about a year or so ago, I had a double cover. I don't even remember what comic it was, but I had a double cover sell on eBay for like over 80 bucks. So it's crazy, some of those things that there are a lot of people out there who are into that. And I like the errors more along the printing type, I like the double covers, but generally if I find one that's valuable, I flip it. But these I like to hang on to. Now the first one I'm going to show, just kind of demonstrate, I'm going to demonstrate just kind of what Metarog demonstrated, but these are my examples of like one example of the comics being the same, except one being a little bit darker than the other, and you see that the ink is in the printing process was kind of thinning out, getting a little less vibrant. Okay, and so the example is actually a comic in the process. So I'll show you a comic that you probably don't see much. I have 3 copies, and it's Captain Canucks. It's the first summer special with Captain Canuck, and it's I'm trying to look at find the publication year of publication. It's not in the indicia on the inside front cover. Let's see here. One more time. Well, I'm not finding it, but it's a 1980s issue. And here they are, the 2 copies of the first summer special. Now you can see that this one is the more vibrant. This had the brighter reds, the deeper reds, the brighter reds on the lettering on Captain Canuck himself. A little bit just deeper, richer colors on there. I hope those are coming through. It's very, but this is also an example of how sometimes it's very subtle, and the printing errors or the printing differences very subtle. Now these next 2, and I only have 3 to show you because I couldn't remember. These 2 that I'm going to show you are the ones that leapt immediately to mind. We talked about remixing ink, and the colors coming out a little bit differently. And these are 2 well, no. One is an example of remixing. One is an example of some ink color missing. I'll give you the stark example of the remixing first. And the two copies of Marvel 2-in-1, number 80. This is a 1981 comic. This is The Thing versus Ghost Rider. And one is a newsstand version. One is a direct version, but with the diamond well, the price box is a diamond shape. I believe that's a Whitman variant, but I'm not sure. Someone will have to tell me about that. But you'll see the difference. I don't first have to hold them up side by side for you to see the difference. Take a look at that cover. Why did I leave that in the plastic? Why did I leave that in the plastic, Ruth? All right. So there's the first one. Nice, nice looking cover. Ron Wilson art on the cover. Ghost Rider and The Thing. Okay. Now here's the second one. You'll see the difference right off, I believe. Here's the second one. Did you catch the difference? One is a purple background, one is a blue background. Now that is a stark difference. When I first spotted this, I thought it was actually a type of variant. But if you look, there are also subtle differences in, for instance, in the color of the sky cycle that the Thing is riding. There's subtle differences in the flames, the jet plumes, also in the lettering. Okay, and you can see that, but the blue and purple backgrounds are really, really stark. I probably should have done this a little bit differently, but I wanted to. This is my usual camera setup. But there you can see the differences in the colors and such as that. But that is definitely about a color remix, I'm thinking. And so, anyway, let me know what you think. The next example is even more stark, and I don't have to. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'll take it. This is definitely, though, a color is missing out of one of these copies. This is a copy of The Justice Machine, number 1, from Noble Comics. This is back when the first Justice Machine comic, or volume, I should say, 1981. Here's the cover. This is the standard cover. I've looked at CLZ. This is the cover they have. It still kind of looks, it's kind of washed out in some areas. It is a John Byrne cover though. That's why I like it. But it's kind of washed out a little bit. The skyline is kind of just, it's just white. You got, I don't remember this character's name, but his skin is kind of washed out. But, you know, it's a good looking cover. It's John Byrne. So, you know, but here is the other cover that I have. And this is a clear example, clear case of a color missing. And I believe it's just yellow is missing out of it. But here it is. Look at the two together. Oh my goodness. It's quite a stark difference. There's no yellow there. There's no, you see the Justice Machine logo is blue. There's no yellow in the, it says big, what's it say, big premiere issue. There's no, that box is just white. There's no yellow, so no yellow. The yellow had run out in this case, is my guess. Especially when you consider the box right up here. Okay, so just a very stark difference. And I thought that was kind of cool because it makes it kind of a, you know, I don't know how many of those were printed that way, but it does make it kind of a neat little variant. Okay, this is obviously the better cover, but even this cover, which was kind of plain to me in the coloring, you know, this cover makes this cover pop. Okay, but anyway, so there's a good example of the differences there, of a stark difference of the color missing, and the printing process. At some point, the color just ran out, and so that's interesting. I like those too, Metarog. I like that type of thing. Now, this next one, this last one, really, it has to do with a printing error that Metarog showed in Guardians of the Galaxy #6. Now, you had stated that you thought that every copy had this error. I thought you might have meant every direct shipping copy or direct market copy had the error, because that's the copy you showed was a direct market. But you'd said that every issue that you'd seen had this error, and I assume that some of those issues were newsstand. Well, here's a newsstand copy of Guardians of the Galaxy #6, and there it's not missing. The comics code is right there. So there's a little knowledge for you. Maybe you've never seen one with that. Maybe they're a rarity. Maybe just a few of them have that. I don't know, but there is at least one out there, Metarog, that Guardians of the Galaxy #6 that has the comics code authority. But anyway, that's all I really have right now. And you know what? I am gonna show one thing. A couple of things I picked up here just recently, and these are them. Got these at a flea market. Got this one for $1. It's not highly sought after. I think the most it sells for is maybe $5 or $10 in really good shape. This one is in really good condition. But I got it because I bought it when it first came out. I really liked it. It is the first appearance of Excalibur. Okay, and it's that bookshelf format, the first appearance of the team. They get together, and it is a first print. And so got that for $1 at a local flea market. But then I also got this one. This is one that actually in really good condition sells for about $25, I think. That's not the issue for me, but I'm just FYI. This is one that's going to need a press, but it's in good condition. No color breaks, nothing like that. But it is Dark Horse Presents #1. This is a significant book because it is the first comic that Dark Horse produced, which is to me is huge, because Dark Horse has been around for some time now and has turned out some really legendary properties. I think is fair to say, to use that word, legendary. And had some legendary talents working for them. This is also the first appearance of Black Cross, first appearance of Concrete, but it's the first comic that Dark Horse ever produced. I got this one for $5, which I thought was a bargain. I thought, press that baby out. It's going to look really nice. In fact, I may just go ahead and do a pressing video on it. But anyway, I was glad to find that. And because Concrete is one of those, and I know there's lots of Concrete material out there, but it's one of those I never got in on because I didn't feel like I could get all the way back to the beginning. And I like to read the single issues, the floppies. I don't necessarily want to just tear into a trade paperback. I'm weird that way. But anyway, so got the first appearance of Concrete in the book, and it is a black and white comic, which when comics, and you've heard me talk about this before, when comics are made to be presented in black and white, I love them. So anyway, picked that up for $5 at a flea market. Thought it was a great deal. and I'm really happy with that. Piece of comics history there, and so boom, makes me happy. And that is all I have to show you right now. But I just mainly Metalrog, this was for you, to show you some of those types of errors and that I had. And so anyway, glad you made that video. I hope you keep turning out videos like that with the oddities of the hobby. Anyway, thanks for watching 4-Color Commentary, and we'll see you next video.